Yo, what up, guys? I wanted to tell you about an awesome new product that we have for move-up buyers. This product is specifically tailored for people that are in the process of selling one house and buying a new house. The biggest challenge about this is usually, how do I access the money from house A to put it in house B without selling first? And a lot of us don't want to sell first because timing the market is very difficult. If you sell your house first and you can't find a house that you love in time, maybe you have to rent. What if interest rates move? What if the housing market, goes up exponentially? There's just a lot of risk, and so a lot of buyers are looking for an option where they can buy first without selling. Now, for some buyers that have an unlimited bag of money, it's easy to qualify. They have the down payment, all of that, but that's not most of us. Most of us are in a position where we need to access the money from this house to use it for the new house. So on this new program, listen how cool this is. Essentially, this program fronts you the money for the down payment, as well as closing costs, as well as house prep, as well as paying off debts, essentially anything you need the money for to qualify. And the program writes a non-contingent contract. So pretty much a contract with zero contingencies to purchase your house, but they don't actually buy your house. They just front you the money. And then after you close on your new house, they give you 6 months to sell your house. And if you don't sell your house in 6 months, they guarantee the purchase at an 80% loan to value. Now, here's the kicker for this. One, it obviously costs money, right? Like anything, the lenders have to make their money. Two, your house has to have some equity. So you can use about 75% of the assumed value for this. So let's say, for example, let's just use round numbers. If your house is worth 100K, guys, I know no one's house is worth 100K, but if your house is worth $100,000 and you owe $50,000, you would have $25,000 to play with because you can use 75% of the value. The other thing I wanted to tell you is, even though the program costs money, it costs about 2.25% of what the assumed value is, plus about $1,800 of closing costs. So even though the program costs a decent chunk of money, you have to think of it this way. If you have to write a contingent offer on a home, how much more do you think you're going to have to pay for that home to compete against all the other non-contingent offers? Then here's the second part. When you go to sell your house, how much more are you going to sell your house for if you're not in it and it's professionally staged? So those two aspects can really make up for the cost of the program. If you don't really care about that and you're just looking for a more convenient way, then think of this as like a convenience fee. So some people, their thought process is, I just want to get into the thing that I want. And yeah, it costs a few bucks, but it makes my life a lot easier. So it opens up some doors, and it's an amazing program. The last part I'm going to touch on with this program, because there's more details and we can talk about this in person, but the last part I'm going to talk about on this program is, if the program has to buy your house at 80% after 6 months, your house was never worth what you thought it was anyways. Because in that 6-month process, let's say you start off listing your house at $500,000 and then it doesn't sell. And then you go down to 450 and it doesn't sell, and you just keep going down. By the time you get to the point of where the program has to buy your house, that 80% guaranteed metric is more likely 100% of what the value is, because if it wasn't, you would have sold your house. So the personal guarantee on having to purchase your house is actually a pretty cool safety net, because it only comes into play if you think the value is worth more than you thought it was anyways. Guys, we can talk about this more. Reach out, ask questions. Realtors, educate your clients about this program we have with Movement. Reach out to me. I'll get you more of the details, but it is such an awesome program for that move-up buyer. So we'll talk to you guys soon.